Hi guys. What I want to talk about is fall book releases because I remember that I did a video of this earlier in the year, I think January-ish, and I didn't realize how many more books are set to come out specifically in September and October, and like one left in November that I talked about in the video, but the rest of them are gonna come out like next month, which is really crazy because I hadn't heard anything about them before. So yeah, and also today is Catabasis release day to all who celebrate. I remember I said Catabasis before, but it's Catabasis apparently. I actually do have it on my library shelf, but I think I'm gonna wait because I got the skip the line hold again, so I get it for 7 days, but I kind of want to take my time with it and maybe wait to get it physically when the paperback comes out because I do not want the hardcover. I don't know, I really prefer paperback. So I think I'm just gonna wait it out and let everyone like read Catabasis and get their opinions on it, and then I'm going to wait until paperback comes out and then I'll join in. But yeah, that is an exciting day because I saw everyone like getting their physical copies today. But let's talk about all the books that are gonna come out soon. Some of them are gonna overlap if they still haven't come out, but most of these are new. So the first book is actually called First. It is by Ali Hazelwood, and this, I put it in chronological order, so this comes out September 2nd, and I genuinely heard about this book like 2 weeks ago that it was coming out. But it says that there are like 8 original stories exploring love after the end of the world, and then it's a part of a collection of dystopian novellas by Ali Hazelwood and Adriana Herrera. So I guess different authors are coming together, and then one of those stories or novellas is First. All I know is it literally has like 1-2 sentences. It says, a general plans to use a nobleman's bride to teach him a lesson. After meeting her, he decides to keep her for himself. So I think it might be kind of dystopian based. I don't really know how long it's gonna be, but I'll read anything that Ali Hazelwood comes out with. And literally in this like fall book releases so many Ali Hazelwoods. It's actually kind of crazy, but I will talk about them when they are set to come out. So that's the first one. First by Ali Hazelwood. Looks interesting. I really like her covers. The artist, she has like the same artist do her covers every time, and each time they are so cool. And then this is one that I talked about before in the first video. It is Hot Wax by ML Rio. This comes out September 8th. And all I remember was it was like a girl whose dad was a famous musician, and then something happens to him, and now she's going to be investigating. It says, a vivid and immersive tale of one woman's reckless mission to make sense of the events that shattered her childhood and make her who she is. Yeah, so her dad is a musician, and then something happens with the band where they are on a collision course destined for a bloody reckoning. And there's a mystery, and there's acts of violence, and then the daughter is trying to disappear. Oh yeah, and then her dad dies, and then the past comes back to her that she tried so hard to bury. That sounds really interesting. I'm excited to read more of Emma Rio's works. I've read both We Were Villains and The Graveyard Shift. Okay, next, this one, I don't know why I didn't mention it in the previous video, but this is The Summer War by Naomi Novik. This comes out September 15th. If you don't know Naomi Novik, she wrote the Scholomance series and also some other fantasy books like Spinning Silver, which I've been meaning to read. I love the Scholomance series. This is supposed to be a novella, and I'm gonna go and find the blurb. This is about a young witch who has inadvertently cursed her brother to live a life without love, and she must find a way to undo her spell. Okay. Oh yeah, and she's also aided with her unwanted little brother. Oh no, her unwanted middle brother. Okay, so she has magic, And then her older brother, this guy named Argent, he abandons her in a war-torn land, and then she curses him to live without love. So now her brother is only trying to get fame and glory, and Cecilia, the younger sister, is trying to undo the curse, and she has to fight like a war, and she has to learn the secrets of it, and she's also hated by her unwanted middle brother. Okay, this sounds interesting. I'm down. I'll read anything from Naomi Novik. This one is very new to me. I only saw it on TikTok because people were already getting the arcs for it. And this is Alchemized by Sen Lin Yu. This comes out September 22nd. I know very, very little about this except for the fact that I think it was originally a fan fiction posted on AO3 written about Harry Potter. And I think it was between Hermione and Draco. I really don't know. This is all knowledge based off of like a few TikToks talking about it, but I truly don't know anything about it. I think it's interesting. I feel like recently we've been getting more fan fiction to publishing books, which is pretty interesting. This is probably, I think, the first one that I've read that was originally fan fiction. I don't think I'm gonna read the fan fiction beforehand. I think I'm just gonna go for the published version. The cover is so crazy. This is genuinely like unreal. I saw it, and it also has sprayed edges, and I was like, oh, should I get this too? Because the paperback has sprayed edges, but the paperback will come out like long after it gets first released. So I don't know, but it looks so nice. Perfect for winter is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna try and find the blurb. It says that once a promising alchemist, Helena Marino is now a prisoner of war in her own mind. Her resistance friends and allies have been brutally murdered, her ability suppressed, and the world she knew destroyed. And then there's like a new world after a long war with a ruling class of corrupt guild families, and Helena is being held captive by one of them. So then she was originally a healer before, but she's like suffering from memory loss, and now her enemies are wondering if she has like the truth to some part of the resistance final gambits, or she's really just significant. And then now she's sent to the High Reef, which has the most powerful necromancers in the world, and then she has to fight to protect her lost history and preserve the remaining shreds of her former self. And it says, for her prison and captor have secrets of their own, secrets Helena must unearth whatever the cost. What is scaring me right now is that this book is 1,040 pages. I don't think I've read a book longer than like 600-ish, 700 pages, but this is crazy. Okay, so I will be probably like doling out a whole month just to read this book, but that is Alchemized by Sen Lin Yu. I'm very excited. I've heard a lot of people saying it's really sad, and they seem very, very passionate about it, so like I want to hop in. And then this is another book that comes out on the same day, also September 22nd, and this is the sequel, but the author said it also can be both a prequel and a standalone to Bunny by Mona Awad. This is We Love You, Bunny. I literally saw this and I was like, this is like a relic from my past, because I read Bunny when it first came out, and when kind of the dark academia, I guess, genre was still very new and people were getting like very into it very fast. So I read it and I really liked it. I thought it was interesting but also kind of funny. So I'm just excited to get back in this world. I think it's about the one girl who, I think her name's like Samantha. She is the girl in the beginning in Bunny where she's like kind of the newcomer and she gets wrapped up into their group, and now after that some years have passed, I don't know how many, but a time skip has happened, and she has written a story about her experience with the girls and like them calling her Bunny and all that stuff that happens in the first book, and they are not happy with it, with how they're portrayed, so they go and pay her a visit, and then I guess just something skyrockets from there. I'm excited. This I know, I really, like, as soon as I heard Bunny, I was like, this is genuinely such a blast from the past. But I'm very looking forward to reading it. This is another Ali Hazelwood. I think this one is a novella, but it's part of like a collection of ebooks that Amazon is having come out. And this is Hot for Slayer by Ali Hazelwood. This comes out September 23rd. So she has 2 books or like 2 works coming out next month. And it's about a vampire slayer who loses all his memories, and the only person who can help him is the vampire he tried to kill for centuries in this unforgettable short story by Ali Hazelwood. Okay, so I guess it's 2 novellas. This just, I'm gonna read anything that she writes. I've said this before, so I'm just excited. I literally have been hearing about them pop up actually so fast, and I was like, what, since when? But I'm excited. This seems really great for Halloween. And then this is a book that these 2 come out on the same day now in October. In October, we have All of Us Murderers by K.J. Charles. This comes out the 6th. I will read the blurb. So it says that this lush gothic drama of Crimson Peak meets the murderous intrigue of Knives Out with an LGBTQA love story to die for from award-winning author K.J. Charles. It says when Zeb is summoned to a wealthy relative's gothic manor, he's horrified to find all the people he least wants to see in the world. And then he sees his brother, his sneering cousin, and his bitter ex-lover Gideon Grey. Things couldn't possibly get worse. Then the master of the house announces that he actually intends to leave the vast family fortune to whoever marries his young ward, setting off a violent scramble for her hand. Zeb wants no part of this greedy family, but when he tries to leave, the way is barred, and then the walls are locked. There's no way out, and something unnatural may be watching them from the house's shadowy depths. Zeb has nowhere to turn to but the man who once held his heart. As the gaslight flickers and the terror takes hold, can 2 warring lovers reunite, uncover the murderous mysteries of Lackaday House, and live to tell the tale? It is actually giving Knives Out. I really like Knives Out. I think it's such a fun ride, so I'm excited. I can't remember where I saw this. I haven't read anything by this author before. Then this is the final one, and this is the final Ali Hazelwood. 3 Ali Hazelwoods coming out, and we're not even done with the year yet. Is so crazy. But this is Mate by Ali Hazelwood. It comes out October 6th. This, I want to say, is the sequel or continuation to The Whole World that she created with Bride. I actually have Bride on my shelf. I really liked it. It was so fun. I'm going to read the blurb. Yeah, so it's a companion novel, but it has new characters, I think. So it says a human hybrid and an alpha wereclaw against the bonds of fate in the highly anticipated companion novel to Bride. And it's about this girl named Serena Paris who is orphan, packless, and one of a kind. And then there's this other alpha named Cohen Alexander. And I guess they will have a romance with each other. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's just like, and there's also like political intrigue where they're not accepting Serena because she's half werewolf, half human. Interesting. But those are all the books that I'm excited to read in fall.